Good afternoon. It's Heather Doyle Fraser, and I'm here today for our afternoon pick-me-up. So today, the temps are falling here in Ohio. We are having a typical Ohio spring where it's warm one day and then the next day, not so much. So we started out at like 59 degrees this morning, and it's, I think, 40 right now, maybe less than that. It was really windy when I went to take my dog for a walk, and it was so windy that it blew me and my 13-pound dog. I wasn't surprised that it blew my 13-pound dog around, but I was surprised it blew me around. Why am I telling you all this? Because as a little pick-me-up for myself, I was coming home from that walk, and I was noting, like, wow, it's really getting chilly. It's just going to continue, because this was early, so it's just going to continue to fall. And I came up to my mailbox, and I have a few random tulips at my mailbox. I think that maybe some bunnies planted them sometime, because I didn't plant them there. But I have a few of them right there. And they looked so pretty, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, tonight it's getting down to like 30 degrees or 33 degrees or something, but definitely freeze weather. And I thought, oh, these poor tulips, they are so pretty. And they were just starting to open. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a little pick-me-up for myself right now. I'm going to trim these tulips. I'm going to bring them in, and I'm going to put them in a vase for myself. And so I did that, and already they're starting to just open a little bit, and it's bringing me so much joy. It really did pick me up. And then I went back out just to double check, like, am I missing anything? Is there something else that I can bring in? And I brought in a few more things, and because I love flowers, and they really do bring me a lot of joy. To see their vibrant colors and everything. So that was my one little pick-me-up that I did for myself this morning. And I also put on my heart necklace, which I love. I love this little heart necklace so much. So put that on to have just like some love around me, because that feels really good. So all of that, and we'll do our little readings now. But I hope, like, if you guys have some flowers in your yard and it's going to get real cold tonight, take some in, because it's so great to have that inside, and then you can enjoy it for the next few days when it's cold outside, because that's what's going to do in Ohio. But here's our reading for today from my book, 40 Weeks, A Daily Journey of Inspiration and Abundance. I opened this up right before I started my video, and it opened to week 23, day 4, and week 23, day 5, a time of releasing. So week 23, day 4. Even in the night, there is a light that calls to me as I fall into dreams. A light that beckons hope and longing both. Sometimes I am afraid of what I might see in the dark, and then I remember there is always the light. So that's week 23, day 4. Week 23, day 5 is gently ask someone you care deeply about, what can I do to make your life easier today? And then surprise that dear soul. Lovingly and joyfully serve this person you love. Bring to them a piece of heaven. Let their longing be quenched. I really like these two for today, especially after what I was just telling you with bringing my flowers inside. The one thing that, because that's like a little light for me, and it just radiates, in my kitchen right now. And every time I walk by it, it feels good to see that. And it reminds me that things are growing even in difficult times. And it reminds me to look for the beauty even when I'm having trouble finding it. And because in the dark, complete darkness, if there is one prick of light, you will see it. One prick of light will shine through a sea of darkness. And that is something that is so helpful for me to remember when I'm feeling sad or upset or anxious or scared or any of those things. One little prick of light. If I can find one little prick of light, then that can expand a little bit. And speaking of expansion, the reading about what can I do to make your life easier today? So I love that question. And sometimes, we can ask that of someone that you're very close to. But you can also ask that of yourself. What can I do to make my own life easier today? There really is maybe something you could do to make your life easier. And it could be even just like, going out for a walk. Easier doesn't mean it's easy. Easier means it's giving you some ease and giving you some relief. But what if, you ask that to a friend? You can't maybe go see them right now, but, maybe they just need someone to listen. Maybe they need to see your smiling face, and you could FaceTime them or, send them a picture of you or a little mini video or whatever it is. But I find when I ask that question, either for myself or someone else, it feels really good to act on that. And that brings me to our next reading from my book, Freedom. This is a book I wrote with my husband, Chris. And we're going to look at one of the practices in the book. There are 33 practices in this book that are mindful compassion and self-compassion practices. And this one is practice number 22. It's in chapter 8, which is, what else can I do? So this is about taking action. And this falls into that, like, how can I make my life easier today? And also that looking for the light. So practice number 22 is called Mindful Doodle. Now, don't get lost right now. I know I'm going to connect. I'm going to connect this. It may not seem that way, but I am. Practice number 22, Mindful Doodle. Art can be a very mindful and purposeful practice to help us connect with our compassionate self. The problem is that sometimes we don't allow ourselves the space to just let go without judgment or criticism. But what if you did? What if you allowed yourself to just doodle for a bit on the page? Get out some markers, colored pencils, pens, whatever you like, and set your marker, pencil, or pen on the paper and just let whatever comes out flow. Before you begin, bring your compassionate self to your mind's eye. Notice the colors, shapes, and the feelings of warmth and encouragement that show up. Allow all of it to fill the page. So this requires, before you start, to bring in that soothing rhythm breathing that we've been talking about for the past couple weeks, which is just deep breathing at a rhythm that is comfortable for you. And so you breathe in and really let it fill your belly. This is like diaphragm breathing. And then when you exhale, blowing out like you're blowing out a candle or through a straw. And as you're breathing in, you breathe in maybe for a count of 3 to 5, 4, whatever feels good, and breathe out. And you hear that gentle whisper in your mind slowing down, body slowing down. Mind slowing down, body slowing down. Mind slowing down, body slowing down. And then that's when I want you to think about that compassionate self, that compassionate other who is always there to support you and encourage you and who has your back and who only wants the best for you. They are encircling you with a big warm hug. they're making your life easier in some way just by being there, just by you knowing that you have their support. And you can even put your hand on your heart when you think about that and really feel that compassionate presence. And then get out or you already have your stuff out, but then allow yourself to just doodle, just let it go. And maybe if you don't usually use markers, get some markers out, crayons, colored pencils, oil pastels. What else? I have these little colored pencils that are watercolor pencils that are so fun. You dip them in water and then you can like make little watercolors, but with your colored pencils. So see what comes up, and if you just have a pencil or a pen, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be in color. It can be in black and white. But just give yourself the space to do something a little different. As adults, we don't always do that. So just allow that to happen. No judgment. You're just doodling. You don't have to show it to anyone. But if it comes out that you draw a happy message for someone or draw a comforting or a heartfelt message for someone, back to that, what can I do to make your life easier? Maybe you could, drop that in the mail or put it on their doorstep or something. And if it's just for you, maybe you can keep it, next to your bedside and take a look at it before you go to bed. And just as a reminder that you're there for yourself too. So here's my challenge for you today. I would like you to give this a try, and I am too. And tomorrow, or maybe even later, I will post in the comments my doodle. So either way, but I hope that this was a good afternoon pick-me-up for you and that you can have some ease today in whatever form that takes. And I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.